To adjust to the virtual learning, I definitely had to switch up my schedule. I had to get my desk set up as if it were a school zone, I guess you could say, and do everything I could to try to stay on top of my classes.
I just had to realize when my family was in the dining room where my workspace was, I had to get up earlier to focus more.
Adjusting to online learning wasn't easy in the beginning, as it probably wasn't for many people, but I definitely got myself into a routine where schoolwork still came first.
It kind of became like figuring out my own schedule that was completely different from the one that I was used to by trying to block time to get classwork done and finding time to watch virtual lectures so that I could get everything done and submitted on time. It was definitely difficult and challenging, but my teachers were all really helpful and supportive and helped me figure out how to get through all of it, and in the end, it all worked out well.
One teacher that kept me motivated while online was my choir teacher, Mrs. Green. She would every day at our 8th period Zoom with us, and we would learn our music, and we would also play games. We had a scavenger hunt. We had theme days like Disney and the beach.
Mr. Harvey was my business teacher, and he did a great job of keeping us engaged. We had weekly Zoom calls with each other, and we actually, when we left school, we were in group projects, so we were able to really work together still throughout the quarantine, even though we weren't physically with each other.
So Mr. Watson, I'll definitely say he was my AP US history teacher. Definitely kept us in check through emails, Zoom calls, Schoology posts, wherever he could, just to help us be better for the test.
One teacher that I thought did a really good job helping keep us all engaged was Dr. St. Clair, my chemistry teacher. He had pre-recorded virtual lectures set up for us for every single one of the lessons, and we even got to do a virtual lab where we got to watch an experiment take place and take notes on the things that we were watching happening, so that way we could kind of have a lab experience even though we couldn't be in the lab.
I definitely miss my friends the most. I miss people just coming by, stopping by my locker to say hi, or seeing people in the hallways, or sit next to them in class.
I do miss staying after school after 2:30 and being in clubs or playing sports or seeing everyone in the hallway.
I definitely miss the social interaction, not only with my friends, but with my teachers.
I definitely think that I didn't fully lose the community, even though I left Bonner Prendy, because I could still talk to my friends, and our teachers were all very engaged with us all and constantly checking up on us.
It's definitely energizing. I did not have much of a break, but it was good because I was motivated to do all my work by the end of the week.
Online school was, for me, if I had to put it into one word, welcoming, which may sound strange, but it was as if we just very smoothly transitioned into the whole thing. It was almost instantaneous. It just felt like it was still school, but it was online.
I would summarize my online experience through the word strengthening. It definitely strengthened me and made me a better person, and realized that I could be independent on my own and go through school at home.
I guess fun, because I was still able to see my friends, my teachers, and they were able to check in on me, making sure I was doing okay with their work.
In one word, I would say my online experience was definitely efficient. Bonner and Prendy was able to get us started into online school only a few days after the quarantine had been put into place. So it was definitely a great experience, and Bonner and Prendy made it very easy and quick to adjust.
I know that when I was applying to high schools, I applied to pretty much every single high school I could possibly think of, and I had no clue what school I wanted to go to. In the end, it all came down to where I felt the most at home and where I felt the most welcomed.
My advice to them would be, as Lily said, pick a place where you can find a second home. I applied to a lot of high schools, but I really felt at home with Bonner Prendy.
Definitely pick the high school that feels the most right to you. And when I walked into Bonner Prendy, I knew right away. Before I even started my shadow day, I just knew that it felt like home, and I was ready to go and start school next year.
Don't be afraid to be different and branch out. I am one of 2 people from my grade that went to Bonner and Prendy from my grade school, and I know it might not be easy leaving your friends that you've been with in school for 8 or so years, but don't be afraid to be different.